Ladies and gents, our presentation, we would like to ask, any one of you have ever intended to eat an instant cup noodle, but end up couldn't find any hot water, or in fact, too lazy to boil it to please raise your hand? Thank you. According to the survey we did earlier on, more than half of the people have faced this situation. So, we saw the problem and we are here to address it. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and my esteemed judges. My name is Tong Yi.
My name is Tan Tian Yi.
My name is Yuan Yuan.
My name is Sridhar.
And I'm Pang Xian.
And together, we are the Smartcup. Alright, so what are we selling? And what is Smartcup? Smartcup is an instant cup noodle which can be cooked by only using room temperature water. This means that hot water is not needed anymore. But how does it work? We'll have Shirang over there to demonstrate to us on how the Smartcup works. We have come up with 3 steps of preparation. First, you pour the water into the first layer of the cup. Then, the second layer of the cup. After that, you put on the lid and wait patiently. While waiting for our cup noodle to be cooked, we shall continue with our presentation. You may wonder why will people choose our cup noodle instead of other brands of cup noodle. But now, we will tell you why.
Well, we believe that Smartcup has 2 selling points. The first one is convenience. Imagine us traveling to a Western country or somewhere else. Well, what travelers tend to do is they bring cup noodle along with them. And when you reach a certain place which is foreign to you, the food may not suit your taste. And therefore, you want to use instant cup noodle, but you couldn't find any hot water. The most easiest ways would be to turn to someone else. Or, if you are in a hotel, you might just want to find a kettle, but instead you will find it dirty or unclean, rusted.
So, imagine us as a jungle tracker. In the middle of jungle, we don't have hot water, we don't have hot food.
Imagine we are part of the workforce. It's normal to do OT, it's normal to meet deadlines. You still have to eat.
Imagine us as a student. Study, exam. I believe everyone here has been through this. So, by introducing Smartcup, we will solve all these problems.
Besides that, the second selling point is it's a healthy choice. If you compare Smartcup to other cup noodles in the industry, we contain less substance that have less amount that may cause potential harm such as sodium and saturated fat. But comparing to others, we also have nutrients which the other company don't have. That is, we have calcium which can strengthen your bone, and that's definitely a selling point.
So, who are we actually targeting? Our target audience will be people from all demographics that wants convenience, especially teenagers. Why do we choose teenagers? It's because based on our survey, teenagers are more willing to purchase cup noodle and they consume cup noodle more frequently. Apart from that, they make up a large potential market, as they take up 16.81% of the population in Malaysia, which is equivalent to 5.3 million. Just imagine if 1% out of the 16.81% of the population purchase Smartcup twice a month. We will be hit the targets of the sales 1.3 million units. But how are we going to approach them? First, we will promote our product on social media. By advertising our product on Facebook and Instagram, we were able to have 2-way communication with our consumer, where the feedback is given for the future product development. Moving on, based on the research we did, it shows that almost half of the consumer will make a purchase based on the influencer. Therefore, we are going to invite Genie Boy to do an unboxing and product review on his YouTube channel. It is an inexpensive but effective way to promote our product. In addition to that, we are going to collaborate with universities and colleges to place our product in the vending machine and also the convenience stores to reach out to teenagers. Besides that, we are going to set up booth in the university and colleges, which allow a hands-on experience. They will gain their trust and confidence towards Smartcup. Not only for that, we will set our booth in travel events like Mata Fair. This would provide us a platform to reach out to travelers. Last but not least, B2B method will be used to distribute our product across the supermarket chain. So, our product can be easily accessible to our consumers.
Aiming for sustainability, Smartcup is going to have future development plans. The first plan is to collaborate with well-known companies to create brand awareness. By then, we will have more popularity and sales in our Malaysian market. The second plan is to launch a new product with new flavors in 3 years' time. The first flavor will be laksa, and the second flavor will be seafood. As for the other product, we will also produce meat and vegetables, which can all be included into our Smartcup, which will be the new product.
Now, let me walk you through our risk management. Our first risk is food hygiene risk. Of course, in a food manufacturing industry, food hygiene is very important. The first way we can mitigate this risk is having a total quality management imposed on all production lines. This may encourage the staff to work well and all procedures to be followed well. Secondly, we'll have anyone entering the production lines be in their full dress overall, passing through sterilizing fumes to prevent any unexpected contamination. Third, all these sums up to ISO 22000, which is the law followed by Smartcup. This law is supported by the Malaysian government for a very long time, and this contains the halal certificate. Next risk, we may face imitation of product or just the technology as it's new in the market. What can we do? This will drop our sales and ruin our further investments. So the only way is patenting a product to curb further imitation. The third risk, we may face a problem of not having stock at all times. So with the correct EOQ, we'll buy a correct buffer level of stock so production runs all over the year. This can happen with the minimization of cost.
Let me brief you all about our financial management. We will start our business with 1.3 million unit sales in the first year. Now you may think this figure is a bit unrealistic, but actually it's not. Based on our research, Malaysia has an annual demand of 1,310 million units in 2017. Compared to our target sales is only 0.1% of the total market size in Malaysia. Does our target sales sound convincing to you? Furthermore, in year 3, we will be introducing a new Smartcup into the market, whereby the content of the Smartcup is no longer only noodle, but along with extra ingredients like meats and vegetables. For product 1, for our classic product, the cost will be 2 ringgit and 51 cents, and we will price it at 360 after a markup of 40%. 40%, yes, sorry. 40%, yeah, that's right. And now you may wonder, our pricing reasonable? Actually, it is. Based on the result of a survey, most people actually accept the price range for a cup noodle is 3 ringgit to 5 ringgit, and that is exactly what we are pricing at. And besides that, Smartcup is very competitive in the aspect of price. Although Maggi price is cheaper than us by 30 cents, but with this 30 cents extra spend on us, Smartcup is going to offer you the convenience that Maggi can't. Next, our profit will grow at the average rate of 55% from year 1 to year 5. In order to break even, we need to achieve a sales of approximately 537,000 units, and this is expected to be done in 5 months' time. In order to realize this project, we need 1.7 million. This fund will be used to buy necessary assets as well as to maintain our company's liquidity. And our return on investment rate will be keep increasing from year 1 to year 5.
Oh, look there! Our cup noodle is done! Lastly, we would like to end our presentation with our slogan, Smartcup,
Anytime, anywhere.
Thank you for your
Pam here from BDO. Can you share a little bit about what is in this cup, the technology that is in this cup, and how much it takes to produce this 1 unit of Smartcup? Thanks.
Inside the cup, there's 2 layers. The first layer will be put a hot pack, which allows the chemical reaction to take place. The second layer, we will place a cup noodle, the noodle, which means you add water, and you add water in the first layer, then second layer. And then after we add the water, it will start boiling. This process will take around 5 to 10 minutes, and it will continue to boil for 15 minutes, which means you can continue to have a hot meal. So about how long are we gonna take to produce this? We are gonna outsource our cup and hot pack, which means we take it from supplier, which doesn't take very long time. Yeah.
And for the next question, you mean how much it costs to produce Smartcup? We can actually go back to the slide. For that, can we? Yeah, actually that slide contain all the elements for the Smartcup. Yeah. So the so these are the elements of our Smartcup, and then that is we get our total cost, and then we makan. Do I answer your question?
Thank you. I've got a couple of questions, team. I'm Sufan from EY. This thing looks really huge. And you were talking about carrying them to colleges, to jungle trekking and all that, right? How big, how many can you fit in your luggages or your school bags or backpacks? That's question 1. Question 2 is, are they eco-friendly? Are they recyclable? Because, in the business world today, where we are thinking about social responsibility as well. So 2 questions for you. Yeah.
Okay, so the first question, this is just one of our size. We are gonna have different sizes of product, but that is not here. Yeah, this is just one of them. About the second question, is this reusable? Sadly, it's not reusable. But then we will spend our profit and the money we earn on CSR. Yeah.
Thank you for that interesting demonstration as well. We thought it was going to explode at one point. Yeah, all right. My question is around your marketing, right? You mentioned endorsements from celebrities, I suppose, like Genie Boy. Have you? I know that you indicated about 2,000 ringgit to produce the video, but have you considered the cost of asking him to endorse? Because I have heard he's purported to, to charge quite a fair bit of money for endorsements. That's one question. And the other one is, you mentioned non-noodle instant products as well, right? You will be focusing on that as well, is it? Or you'll be going into that market, non-noodle? Yeah, because I was just thinking there's something about focusing on, your primary product, rather than diversifying into so many others.
Thank you for your question. About the endorsement fees, I believe our finance already include that cost in our costing. And then regarding our non-instant product, we will launch it in the year 3, which is added into the cup noodle and become a new product, the whole brand new product, which is the premium product. So it's one of our advantage is because in Malaysia, we barely find any cup noodles that contain meatballs and vegetables and non-instant product which is added in the into the cup noodle. So yeah. Thank you.
Well done, guys. My first question is, actually, you guys haven't tried your own food. Usually you have to sort of show that you're there to eat it,
We will show that later because now it's your precious.
Oh, this was leftover from last night, is it? So my question is, I understand what you're doing, and I like the product. But being a product company, being a cup company is one thing. Being a food company is something completely different, right? There's 2 different businesses, 2 different business models altogether, right? So I'm wondering, are you a cup company or are you a food company? Because you just mixed in your presentation, you talked about the nutrients and things like that, which sort of insinuate that you also produce the food, but at the same time you're developing the product and you patent the product and you're looking to manufacture that, right? So what are you? What is the real business here?
Okay, so our real business is that we're gonna sell the instant cup noodle, which is like food. And then about the cup is one of our advantages that we don't need hot water to boil it. So about the cup, we're gonna get it from our supplier, and then we're gonna patent the whole product, the cup noodle. It's not just about the cup. So we are actually selling the cup noodle.
Cup and the noodles. But there's a different production process, especially if you talk about halal. You want to go into the halal business, there is really stringent production processes you have to think about, right? So just something to consider, what you want to be and where are the real sort of margins to be earned as a business. Yeah, but well done.
Thank you for the presentation, a really exciting new technology. I have a question on capital investments, because you requested for 1.7 million, which is a bit more than a toilet seat business. So, yeah. And can I just find out how will this allocation be invested roughly, and whether you've made allocations for patents that you say are necessary to defend your product from imitations and so on?
Actually, the extra cash that we prepare, allocated, what we said, what I said just now, get the company liquidity. So we will we use that extra money, because that money will be used to buy necessary assets, but we actually lease the non-current asset. So the extra amount of money we will be used to buy our raw material to start our business, and as well as cover the first few months of the production costs until we break even.
How much is being allocated for patents roughly? Do you know?
Roughly for patenting, we are allocating 2,000.
So cheap.
Okay.
I'm Aisha from PwC. Thank you very much for the interesting presentation. I guess my last questions that's playing around in my head would be, aside from the teenager, and you're only marketing, your targeted market is the teenagers, right? So are you looking at just Malaysia, or have you done any research on how this would be acceptable in the Asian market, or even in the Europe and the US?
Thank you for your question. In short run, we will only focus in Malaysia market. But then in long run, maybe after 5 years, we're gonna penetrate into China and Indonesia. This is because, based on the statistics, China and Indonesia have the world's largest consumption of cup noodles. So I believe we have a very potential market to penetrate into their market.
Well, as you know, China is like a red ocean market. Therefore, our product, we have this technological edge. It's a strength to us, but it's also a risk, because other countries might easily copy us. Well, what we want is, once we get enough, when we grow enough, the first thing we will do is we patent our product in other countries. So in all this industry, we see that we, at a lower cost, we actually produce more value. So we are actually using a blue ocean against that. So we can actually penetrate China and Indonesia.
Thank you for the confidence.
Anybody else?
My name is Tong Ying. My name is Yuan Yuan.
My name is Sriram.
My name is Tan Tian Yi.
And I'm Fang Xian.